Hey everyone, it's Stamp Ventures with Shauna. Welcome to my Tuesday tutorial. I'm hoping that this is coming to you all right on Tuesday, June 9th here on Facebook. I'm live, and if you're catching it after that, it's around 10 after 9 Saskatchewan time on Facebook. So if you're catching it at that time, right now it's live, but if it's after that, it's the replay. And I'm just really hoping that things are going to come together for this today, because I've had some odd things happen today, and so hopefully this will be not too odd. Oh, hello to Sarah, and I think Nicole and Darlene have hopped on. Hi to all of you who are able to join me tonight. I'm going to be sharing a card featuring the Tasteful Touches, and it's pretty much going to be an experiment. Well, I'm going to be working off of a recipe, but we'll just see how well it goes along. You'll be able to kind of see my process of how I figure out a card. Some of you might have caught my mystery card last night. It wasn't a video, it was just a mystery card post, and I had given dimensions of card sizes and then challenged people to see what they could come up with using those same or similar card pieces. And so this was mine that I shared, and this is actually from the new annual catalog. I'm trying to remember what page it was, like page 19 or something like that. And it also uses the Tasteful Touches stamp set. But I'll be sharing a new card with you today. So if you're in Canada and you're looking for Stampin crafting supplies, be sure to check out my website, stampventures.stampinup.net, and I do have a host code for June. This is it right here, and if you need help with any of your purchases or have questions about what supplies we have, give me a shout. All right. Oh, weather phrase of the day. Cloudy with a chance of meatballs. Today we had a little bit of everything. We had cloud, but then it got sunny for a little bit, and then it got so dark in the clouds, and we got a couple cracks of distant thunder, and then we might have had a little spattering of rain, but really not enough to even think about like getting an umbrella or anything. And now it's just cloudy again tonight, this evening here. So it's just like a little bit of everything. So yeah, cloudy with a chance of meatballs. Some of you have maybe heard of that children's book. Day 33 of self-isolation. And I'm just checking to see if this is showing up on the screen. Yeah. Finally used up my 35-year stash of craft glitter, and I don't know how well that glitter in the picture is coming through to you, but there it is, the kitchen that is encrusted in glitter. So this brings me to my story and why my day started kind of, well, very rotten. So I put on my wedding ring. And look what happened. Can you see that? I don't know if it's how well this is showing up to you, but not just my diamond, but the entire setting that the diamond sits in has fallen completely out, and I don't know where it is. It happened sometime yesterday. And I mean, we did look a little bit around the house. In fact, my son, he started crawling around on the floor of my craft room. This is my 25-year-old son, and he came back and he's like, "Hey Mom, look, I found this on the floor of your craft room. Is this your diamond?" Well, no, honey, but thank you for helping me to look. It's a rhinestone. So then I set the rhinestone Oh, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to make it work. Oh, it's upside down in there. Okay, when I set it in there earlier to show my son, it was like, oh yeah, that pretty much fits, you know? So if we can't find the real diamond, we'll just throw our crafting rhinestone in there. Yeah. So anyways, so I've switched to this other band that I have, and we have to figure out what to do. And I don't know if any of you, anyone else, have you had this happen to you? Like, what did you do? Did you go to your, whoops, the light turned off. Did you go to your insurance provider and ask them to help you with it? Like, that's the only thing that I can think of, because I don't know what else to do. Anyways, so it's just feeling like a really weird day. So hopefully this is going to be a really good way to end it off. And oh, Nicole, you lost a diamond too. And did you go to insurance and make a claim? Because I'm at a loss. And I'm like, but well, there goes my light again. I don't want just like any old diamond. Well, okay, I'll take a diamond, but I want my diamond that I've had for 29 years. So anyways, yeah, okay. Okay, it's gonna end off on a good note. So thanks again for all those of you joining me, and I'm gonna work on a card, and because I am just having one of those days, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna copy a card. So here's another card that uses Tasteful Touches, and those of you who have the catalog, you'll know right off the bat that when they show the stamp sets here at the front, they have all kinds of samples showing off the stamp sets. But in the back, where they show the dies, and they show the ones that come in the bundles, the discounted bundles, they actually have samples in the back now with the dies. So I'm going to try and come up with the card that's shown there. And as a demonstrator, we have a website we're able to log on to, and it has what they call the recipes for making every single project in the catalog. If you ever have a question about, okay, what material did they use to make that project in the catalog, you could message me and I could look it up in the recipe book for you. It might take me a few minutes because the recipe book is like 220 pages of recipes, but every project in that new catalog, I can look up and see what they've used. So for the card today, we are going to use Seaside Spray cardstock. And oh, do I have it? Like, yeah, this is how disorganized and out of it I am today. I don't even have like my card pieces cut or anything, but this will be a good reminder. Okay, standard card base is 5.5 by, oh, this isn't going to be big enough. All right, we'll even start. There we go. Okay, it's a full piece. So I always say score first, because then you actually are getting 2 cards in one. Actually, I'm going to go this way this time. We're going to make it a tall card. 5.5 inches is where I'm going to score it. And then at 4.25, I'll cut it. So we're going to have a tall card that folds like a tent. And because I scored first, like now we've actually got 2 card bases. There, I'm one step ahead for my next project. And then they have another piece of the Seaside Spray paper just layered on the top. And you know, I don't even know exactly what size it is, but I'm going to start at 3.5 by 5.5, and we'll see how close I get. See if that looks about right. Okay, so how close am I to this catalog sample? You know, I might be a little bit off, but I'm going to call it good. I think that'll do. Okay, so then it says on the recipe that they did, what's that word called? Second generation stamping? There's another word for it too. They call it stamping off, so that up at the top part of the card, they would have done light stamping like this. So take the darker part of the ink off and stamp it lighter at the top. So second generation. And then as it went down the card, it seemed to get darker, almost like an ombre effect. So I don't know if I can do this there. And now I'm going to do it full strength down more towards here. And wow, like I always thought that Seaside Spray was a really, really light color, and I'm amazed at how dark it can look. So I think that's kind of what they did in the catalog sample, is it light up here and dark at the bottom. So full strength and second generation stamping. So that part was pretty easy. Actually, this card, it's not difficult at all. Okay, so then this is going to get glued onto the front here, but I just realized that I'm going to put some twine around there, and I might yeah, the twine. So they've got layers. They've got a vellum layer, which I don't always think to use vellum as a layer, but it kind of softens things. It makes it look nice. And I can just put regular strip of adhesive behind that. Like I was hoping I was going to be able to grab one of my snails. I don't have my new seal adhesive yet, my Stampin' seal, because my order hasn't arrived yet. Oh, here, we'll just use this. I have some old fast fuse. Just go down the middle because it's going to get covered up with other things anyways. So there's that layer, something like that. And then there is a layer of Calypso Coral. And I just realized I did not bring the Calypso Coral paper out here with me. So we'll skip that part for now. I can go back and add that in. I'm good at doing that. I can slide things under and add them later. And then there's another piece that's cut out that's like this. And all of these pieces are from the die set that coordinates with the stamp set. So here are the dies, and this big one is quite interesting. It has all these layers of, like, one is a cutting edge, but then the rest of the edges are just kind of decorative edges that create, I don't know if you'd be able to see it here. It's just an extra impression around the edge. So it's not stitched, it's just an extra kind of dip in along the edge. So some of these pieces are stitched edges, but this one is just an extra line that's kind of embossed onto the edge. And they've used this stamp set, or this stamp, "You Are So Special," from the stamp set. And I was kind of surprised. The color that they used to stamp it in, according to the recipe, is crushed curry. So not always my go-to color, but I'm gonna check and see how straight this is to begin with before I stamp it on my piece. Let's see. Ooh, not too bad. I guess it's fairly straight, but I'm gonna stamp it off to one edge. Oh, look at that. I already got some blue on the corner there, so I'm gonna turn this around, because then when I put the flower on the other corner, it'll cover up the blue ink that I've so nicely smudged on there already. Okie doke. There we go. So you are special. Yeah. And we'll just get that far away so I don't get crushed curry on anything else. Okay. And the flower. Loving this flower. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a die that cuts it out. This is one of these things. Oh, they listed that as one of the techniques on the recipe, is fussy cutting. So for those of you out there who like to sit with the scissors and find it very soothing, I do know somebody who has said that to me. They really like cutting. this is a good flower then for you. And we've got Calypso Coral. So colors that I would not necessarily have thought to put together. But like I said, the recipe says. So, oh, that's very wet. I'm just going to give that a second to dry. And got my paper snips here. So the wind has toned down here a little bit, which is so nice. We had such bad wind and branches coming off of trees and all that kind of thing that, yeah, we were ready for a break from that. Hello to those of you who have just joined on. I see Judy giving a wave, and maybe Kathy is still there. Oh, thanks, Brenda. Yeah, I was like, what on earth? Anyways, I guess that's, I mean, it's just a thing, right? I always remember one of my ladies who stamps with me that her son and daughter-in-law's house burnt down, and basically she kept saying to us, it's just stuff. That's all it is. It's just stuff. Nobody was hurt. And so that's the important thing. So that's what I'm going with the ring. It's just a thing. So, all right. Here we go. Sorry, this is kind of a boring thing to watch, but one of the things that I've been told is when you're doing fussy cutting is you're not supposed to move the scissors, you're supposed to move the paper. And so that's hopefully what I'm kind of doing here, is just moving the paper as I finish this off. Okay, and the ribbon that we're using for this, well, it's not really ribbon, the twine that is being used for this project is from a different suite of products. It's the Forever Fern suite. And when I look at the picture, I think, and I have to look at it again, I think that they wound it around the blue part of the card twice. So let's see here, and then tied a bow. 1, 2, there we go. And this twine is like, it's like spun gold twine. It's really pretty. And so I'm guessing that's why they probably chose crushed curry for the words for the greeting, because crushed curry has a lot of a kind of gold tone happening in it. And so this is like a gold tone twine. It's very pretty. All right, and I'll tie my bow. Get it off to one side so that I've got room to put the words. And I'm going to, oh, I have to figure this out. I want to be able to go back later and slip a piece of Calypso Coral underneath. I think what they used for the Calypso Coral piece is this little die right here. So here, this is where I think this is going to go. Oh, except that it's shorter. So now I've learned something. What I'm guessing they did is they would have cut the Calypso Coral piece out of this, and then they would have snipped it in the middle, so they have one little banner piece sticking out this edge, and then they have another little banner piece sticking out at the other end. And then this, wait a second, no, this goes on top, not underneath, but they have those two little pieces, two little edges sticking out either end. So if I can do this strategically. If I put my dimensionals in the middle here, then I can still tuck the little banner pieces at either end once I get that cut out. So there we go. There is like always a way of doing something. Oh, Kathy, I just yeah, saw that about the gold twine. Yeah, it is. Oh, I wish we could get it like in packs all by itself. It comes in a pack with some other paper that complements the Forever Fern suite, but it is, oh boy, yeah, I just want rolls and rolls of it. And what happened, Robin, I just saw your comment there, Robin, the whole setting that holds my diamond in has popped right out, like the clasps or the claws and everything just popped right out of the middle of my, yeah, so that's why it's been kind of a weird day. Okay, so now I can glue this down because I've tied my beautiful twine around and kind of got that ombre look going. So just going to grab the liquid glue to do this quick, and it'll give me time to get the piece straightened around on the front. Okie doke. There we go, and sort of centered like that. I kind of wondered, they didn't say specifically in the recipe if this layer that I'm gluing on right now, if it was popped up with dimensionals, and it might have been, but I'm just gonna glue it flat like that for now. And how did they do? Yeah, their bow was, yeah, I don't know, something like that, sort of off to the side. And now here we go. We're going to add the flower, and I'm trying to decide if they've added like another layer of dimensionals under there. No, I think it's just kind of resting, and just one layer of dimensionals should be good. And I'll put those towards the top, and then the bottom of the flower will just rest on the wording part. So like that. Now, it said, oh, I don't know, something like that. It said something about in the recipe that they use some kind of little sequins. And I don't know what, I don't think I have. Whatever those kind of sequins are that they suggested, I'm pretty sure I don't have them. Oh, I'm just thinking are my words kind of going crooked? I feel like they might be going sideways. But I do have some gilded gems, and I need to grab those because I think the gilded gems, which are the gold tone, will really complement the gold twine so nicely. So, oh, thanks. I really hope that the diamond shows up too. I just, it's kind of like looking for a needle in the haystack though, so I don't know how much luck we'll have. But your brother lost his ring? Oh, and then he found it when he moved. Well, yeah, you just never know. Yeah, that it could still show up. All right. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. What is your favorite thing in the new catalog? And while you're answering, because it takes a few seconds for that to come across the screen, I'm going to get the gold gem so I can finish this off. And when I come back, I'll see what you've got as your favorite item from the catalog. And just for those of you who joined late, here's the card that we did last night, or that I showed last night from the mystery card challenge. And so you just get a sense of a couple of different ideas that you can do with this Tasteful Touches stamp set. Okay, back in 30 seconds. Tell us what your favorite stamp says, or favorite stamp set or favorite suite is in the new catalog. Go. Okay, I don't know if that was 30 seconds, but we've got Forever Greenery has been a choice of somebody's. Hippo Happiness. Oh, hi, Jean. Yeah, the hippo is pretty cute. The Peony Suite. Oh, that is a lovely one, Debbie. Yeah, that's gorgeous. And yeah, it's hard to choose just one. So Oh, Janet says, I'm developing a thing for the goats. Didn't like them at first. Yeah, those goats are pretty cute. They're a lot of fun. And I just think they'll just make such fun cards for some of the people that I like to give cards to. And Robin likes Jar of Flowers. And I have to agree with you, Robin. I've had a lot of fun playing with that one. And I only took 10 seconds. Oh, wow. Boy, I was fast. Okay. So these are the Gilded Gems, and they're in with the Ornate suite. What was that called? Ornate something or other. And they are beautiful and super gold. And hey, maybe I could just get one of these Gilded Gems to go into my ring. They'd match the gold on the band, wouldn't they? All right, so just finishing this off. This is kind of what it looks like to me. I don't know. This looks like they have like a gem sort of here, and then maybe a bigger, like a medium-sized one here, and then I think they've got another gem down at about here. All right, so even though I am missing a layer of the card that was, well, suggested in their sample, I think it still is kind of pretty, and it's kind of neat how they put these colors together with the Calypso and the Curry and the soft, the Seaside Spray. I love the Seaside Spray. It's just such a soft blue. So there you go. I should tell you this page number in case you're wondering. Page 179 of the catalog. Some more inspiration. Remember not to look just at the stamp sets. Look at all those samples in with the die bundles as well. And if you're really stuck and you're like, oh, how did they do that? I want to know what they used there. Give me a shout, because I have downloaded the recipes to my iPad, and I could look it up for you and tell you what it is that they used. And you know what? I don't think they said that Wink of Stella was in the recipe, but like, I just can't resist adding this sparkly Wink of Stella to this flower, because, oh man, Wink of Stella just could go on everything. I think just about, it just makes things just that much more elegant and lovely and sparkly. So I think this one might be getting a little bit empty. It's not coming out quite as quickly, but there we go. And the sparkliness may be slightly lost to you on the video, but I did sparklies on the one from yesterday too, so I'll just kind of go ooh, ah, and pretend that maybe you can see that glittery sparkly stuff. So Janet, will that host code be on my shopping site? Yes, it will be on the shopping site. It will be on the page that you land on when you log on to stampventures.stampinup.net. If your order is more than $200, don't use the host code, because at $200 you start to receive host benefits. But if it's under $200, like if it's just like a $50 or $70 order, you can use the host code. And I like to send a thank you to those people who do use the host code. And remember too that if your order is like $120, you might as well order your items through the starter kit, because by the time they add the shipping and the PST and the GST to your order, you're going to be spending more than you would if you bought the starter kit. The starter kit's only the $135, and you don't pay any GST on it. No, and you don't pay any shipping on it. There's just our Saskatchewan 6% PST on it. And with the starter kit, even though you pay $135, you get to choose $165, and this month only till the end of June, a free bundle. And so this like Tasteful Touches this could be one of the free bundles. When they say a free bundle to go with it, they mean a stamp set and the coordinating dies, or a stamp set and the coordinating punch. So make sure you check out and know what your best options are for your ordering. So I'll try and post this tomorrow with the extra little bits of the Calypso Coral cardstock that is missing from here. But thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you so much for cheering me up, guys, because I have been feeling kind of funky today, and tomorrow's going to be better, and we'll get things figured out with the ring. And great to see you all. You really have made me smile today, and I hope that some of my stamping helps you and make you smile too. All right, take care, everyone. Bye for now.